Hey guys, welcome back. So in this today's class, we are going to see about the control access protocols. In the previous class, we have seen about the random access protocol. Nothing but the one is the pure aloha, another one is slotted aloha, right? So what is the basic principle of either pure aloha or slotted aloha is that whenever the station has the frame to send, right? So without knowing the remaining station, it will send the frame. So now what will be happen means at the same time if some other station also sending the frame means collision is occurring. It means that we don't have any control over with the one station with the another station, right? So suppose when at what point of time we can avoid the collision means suppose if all other device knows that S1 is going to send the frame, if all other device will be stop sending the frame. So it means that only one communication channel we have at any point of the given time, only one station can able to send the information. So it means that when S1 is sending the information, all other will not send the information, so that collision will not be happen. It means that we have the control over the multiple station when they are accessing the single communication channel or link. So that is what exactly we are going to discuss about the control access protocol, right? So in control access, the station consult one another to find out which station has the right to the send, right? So a station cannot send unless it has been authorized by the other station. So what is the meaning of this one is that suppose for example if you want to send the information, first we need to find out who is having the authorization at that particular point of the time period. And for time being, you remember something like this. Suppose for example whoever having the superpower, so let it be something we can say that Brahmastra. Suppose for example S1 station is having the Brahmastra, nothing but superpower. So it means that whoever having the superpower, they can use the link, so they can send the frame from the one station to the another station. So if this station does not have any frame to send, the superpower will be translated to the some other station. Suppose after some time the superpower will be given to the S2 station. Now S2 station have the authority to send the information. It means that S2 have the superpower, so that S2 will access the communication channel, so that it is going to send the information. It means that at any point of the given time only one station will be using the communication channel, right? So it means that what we have to do is first the station has to consult one another to find out which station has the right to the send, right? After finding, so some station will be having the authority or superpower. At that particular time period only the station has the right to send the information, remaining has to be keep quiet. It means that no collision will be occur, because at any given point of time only single channel, the single channel is used by the single station only, right? Now based on this superpower we discussed, right? So how that superpower will be allocated, so what are the some kind of superpower mechanism we will be having. So based on this we are going to discuss the three popular control access method protocols, right? So protocol is nothing but what is a set of rules and regulations that are governed to perform particular task or operation. That is what we know that protocol, right? So first controlled access method is the reservation method, right? Now we will see that what is the meaning of reservation method, how the frame will be sent from the one station to the another station in case of the reservation method. So for example, see that I have the 5 stations S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. Now we have the control over the one station to the another station for avoiding the collision effect. Now what is the reservation method is that if a station needs to make a reservation before sending the data, right? So here what is the main concept is that time is going to be divided into the intervals. In each interval a reservation frame, right? So precede the data frame sent in that interval. The simple meaning is that how many stations we have? 5 stations. So something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations are there. Now here we will be having the some total time period, nothing but so maximum amount of the time period that we can send the information through the channel. Now what we are going to do is the total time, let it be for example this is your total time period. This total time period we are going to divide into the multiple slot, right? So if you have the 5 station, we have to divide the time slot into the 5 mini slots, right? It means that for example if you consider the train booking cases or whatever it may be, if 60 people are there, we are going to divide the single bogie or whatever it may be into the 60 berths, so that 60 berth will be assigned to the 60 people, something like this, right? Now here thing is that major point is that time is divided into the intervals, nothing but the different time slot. Now question is that if the same interval, if the data is sending from one station to the another station, at that particular same interval another station is going to send the information to the some other system, we are getting the collision, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to make the reservation. Suppose for example station 1 has made the reservation in this particular period of the time period. It means that let it be something 9 a.m, let it be 10 a.m, let it be 11 a.m, 12 p.m, 1 p.m, something like this. Now what is the meaning of this one is, now I have the reservation something person 1. At what time I have the reservation? I have made the reservation up to 9 a.m. to 9:59 a.m. So it means that if I want to send the data, I have the reservation, so I can send the data. That is the simple meaning of this one, right? First we'll try to read this one. If there are n station in the system, nothing but how many station in this example we have 5 stations, nothing but 5 system. There are exactly n reservation mini slot in the reservation frame. And if you have the 5 stations, the 5 station means we are going to divide the total time slot into the mini slot. So 5 station means we will be having the 5 mini slot, right? When station needs to send the data frame, it makes a reservation in its own mini slot. It means that for example if you see that for each station we have the time slot, right? Now suppose for example let us say that station 1, nothing but this one, something this one has the frame to send to some other station. Now it is required, right? So for that what it is going to do is it is going to make the time slot. 1 means it is activating the time slot, it is using the particular time slot. 0 means it is not going to utilize the particular time slot. Now if you observe here at the station 2, the value is 0. Why it is 0? For example at this particular point of time period, the station 2 don't have any frame to send to the another system or station. So I don't want to make the time slot, right? It means that for example if train is going from Hyderabad to Chennai, it means if we have the requirement to go from Hyderabad to Chennai, then only you are going to book the ticket, right? If you don't have the requirement to go from Hyderabad to Chennai, then there is no need of the making the reservation, right? So that is what 0 here, right? Now in this case we have the 5 station, we have the 5 mini slots. So those who station made the reservation in that particular time period, only that particular station will send the data, right? So after some time slot, some other station will send the data. So there is no possibility of occurring the collision. It means that we are not sending the data in the same time. The same time is going to divide into the time slot. Whenever the particular station have the reservation, particular mini time slot, and that at that time period only it has to write to send the information. Now if you see that I have the 5 stations, so here which one is reserved? Station 1 has the reservation at this particular time period, station 3 also made the reservation, station 4 also made reservation. When this one comes, when this particular time period something 9 a.m. to 9:59 comes, suppose for example say that we have the single seat in the train, so I have made the reservation from the Hyderabad to the something whatever it may be Khammam. It means that this seat will not be for me, right? It will not for the entire life period, right? The reservation will be only up to the Hyderabad to Khammam. Once it is completed, the same berth will be allotted to the some other person, something like this here also. At this point of time period, right? So this station 1 booked this slot, so it can happily send the data, right? Now after some time at the third mini slot, station 3 has the right to send the data, so it is sending the data. Now after some time, the 4th time slot, station 4 is going to send the data. That is the meaning of this one. Now for example, you think that you moved from the Hyderabad to Khammam, next Khammam to something called as the Nellore, whatever it may be. Now see that your portion is completed. Now what will be happen? Again we have this same berths, right? It will be assigned to the some other people, right? Try to understand, relate something like this. Now again for example we have the 5 people. So if you have the 5 people means 5 people have the 5 berths, so they can make the reservation. Suppose for example where I am going from something called as the Khammam to Nellore, right? It means that I don't want to go, so I don't want to make the reservation. I don't want to go, no reservation. So at this point of time period, out of 5 berths only 1 person has reserved, right? At this point of time remaining 4 berths are free vacant only. It means that station 1 has a reservation at this particular time period, so it is going to send the data so that no collision will be occur, something like this. So after some time, so this will be your completed, your time will be completed from Nellore to Chennai. The same berth will be allotted for the some other people. Let it be again, we have the 5 stations. Just for example only. For writing exam purpose also, you can consider any number of the station, any number of the time slot. This is not mandatory to write something like this. That point you have to remember. Now for example, see that no one is ready to go from Nellore to Chennai. So all time slots are, all berths are not reserved. So it means that nobody is going to send the data. It means that we have no data to send. So simple thing is that if you want to send the data, we have the time slot. Within particular time slot only, you need to send the data. So that is what all about the reservation in case of the controlled access protocol method. So now the second method is the polling operation. So we'll see what is the meaning of the polling. So how the frame will be sent in the case of the polling operation in controlled manner, right? So first we'll try to read the statement. Polling works with the topologies in which one device is designated as the primary station. Remember, this point is important. So one of the devices will work as the primary station and other devices are works as the secondary station. So one of the device will work as the primary stations. It may be one device or two devices. All these things will be worked as the secondary station. Remember that first point, right? Now what is the next one is that all data exchange must be made through the primary device even when the ultimate destination is the secondary device. And what is the meaning of this one is something here we have the hero or superpower, whatever it may be, right? So now we will be having some normal person. So like me, there are normal persons are there. Now question is that I want to send the data from one normal person to the some other normal person. But here to make the control access, we are something implementing the polling operation. It means that even though if you want to send the data from this normal person to this person, you cannot able to send the data. Try to understand. So whatever these secondary devices having, so it cannot able to send the data directly. Now if this guy want to send the data, it should be go via the primary station or superpower. Now the superpower what will be do is it will send the data where it want to send, right? So it means that all the data exchange must be made through the primary device even when the ultimate destination is the secondary device, right? So the primary device controls the link. It means that this primary device or superman is going to control the each and every secondary device are the normal persons, right? If you want to say something, you cannot able to directly talk with this person to this person. You just first inform the superpower, then superpower will inform the something to the destination. It means that instead of exchanging information from directly, it will exchange the information through the primary station. Now why I need to exchange information something like this means that if you are sending the exchange directly from here to here, the some other guy also will exchange the information to someone, right? So again what we have only single channel. If multiple people are accessing without control, then again we will be having the collision mechanism. So for that, one device will act as the primary, the remaining device will act as the secondary. If you want to communicate one secondary device with the another secondary device, everything will be under the control of the superpower is nothing but the primary device. That point you have to remember, right? So it is up to the primary device to determine which device is allowed to use the channel at the given time. And it means, for example, so here I told that we have the superpower, right? Nothing but the primary station, right? Here we have the normal people, right? Nothing but the secondary station, right? But if this person is required to talk with this person, at the same time this person also required to talk this person. Now what will be happen? Conflict will be occur, right? Now collision will be occur. Now here what will be happen means this superpower will decide at the given time period we cannot able to talk to other people with the another two other people. So it means that this superpower nothing but the primary station will decide who is going to talk with one with another, right? So in the particular given amount of the time period, so that we have the control mechanism, no collision will be occur, right? So this is always initiator of the session, right? Now so we will see that, right, how the polling function will be work for exchanging the information. So first we require the two things to understand if you want to understand the polling mechanism. First one is called as a select function, second one is called as the polling function, right? So try to remember these two terms are very important to perform the polling operation. First one is called as the select function, second one is called as the polling function. Now what it means that here I told that we have superpower, right? Here we have the secondary device are the right normal people, right? Now what will be happen means first what superpower will do is it will ask, do you have anything to send? like that. For the given amount of the time period, this superpower is going to ask, do you have anything to send to the, or do you have anything to do, inform some information to the some other person. It means that, see that this is the primary station. For example, there are two people here. In case of four people, these two people you consider in terms of the two stations or two system. Now what primary station is going to do is, for the particular time period, it is asking that. So asking means it is poll that, do we have any data to send. This person may want to talk with the another person. For example, he don't want to talk. It means that he don't want to make the communication with the another guy. Now what it will do is, he will tell that, okay bro, you are asking me to sending some data, but I don't have any data to send. This is one kind of possibility, right? In this case, in real time, it is going to send the negative acknowledgement. What is the meaning of negative acknowledgement? Means the moment the primary station is asking that, do we have any data to the send, it is asking that for the particular time period station name. Now what station is telling that, I don't have any frame to send bro, so what I'm going to do is, I don't have anything to send. But how it is going to tell is that, it is going to tell in terms of the negative acknowledgement. Negative acknowledgement means here the meaning is that I don't have any frame to send. Okay, fine. Now what superpower will do is, it will go to the second person. I told you right, everything will be controlled, managed by the superpower only, right? Now what superpower or primary station is going to do is, it is going to send the poll function. It means that it is asking second device after some time, do you have any data to send? If no data here, it will send the negative acknowledgement. It means that I don't have any frame to send. Suppose in this case, it has the some frame to send, means what it is going to do is, it is going to send the data, whichever the frame it want to send, it will send to the superpower, nothing but the primary station, right? Now what primary station will do, oh, you have done something, you have told me something, I have received that information. Superpower will give the acknowledgement to the what, that secondary station. Now this process is what we have done is, exactly we have taken the data from the primary station. Now what is the ultimate aim? We need to communicate with normal person or secondary device to the some other device, right? But everything will be go via what, primary device. So poll function can be used to give or check that, do you have any data? If any data, you collect it. So after collecting the data, something, right? So something, he is the courier boy, he picked up your phone or whatever it may be. Now he has to deliver to the secondary person, nothing but some person, right? Now what is the meaning of this one is, for example, if this delivery boy directly comes to your home, and if he asking you to deliver, means there might be, you may be available or you may be outside of your home, something this kind of scenario. Now for that, what this primary device will do is, or courier boy will do is, first he will call you. He will call you and you will tell, are you there in your home or current location, right? Now if you are sending that, yes, I am in my home only, you come and you give my parcel. So it means that here what will be happen, after getting the data from these secondary devices, we need to exchange this information to the some other device through what, primary device. Now what the function which is going to use is something called as the select function, right? Now see that after this is received the data, polling is completed, now it is going to perform the select functionality. It means that, so for example, this device want to send the information to this second device, so nothing but this one. Now what this primary device or courier boy is doing means, he is calling you and he is telling that you have some parcel to receive. That is what exactly here meaning of the select function, right? It means that he is activating, or he is telling that, array, you are ready to receive some data is coming to you. That is the meaning of select function here. Now this guy will reply, right? So okay bhaiya, okay bro, I am there in home, you come and you give my parcel, something, nothing but it is going to send the acknowledgement. It means that, are you ready to receive the data? Some data is coming to you. Yes, I am ready to receive the data. It means that it is sending the acknowledgement back. So it has already received data from here, right? So that data will be transferred to the secondary station. Once the frame is received by the secondary station or phone is received by the corresponding person, then acknowledgement will be sent back to the primary station. This is what operation will be done, something called as the polling, selecting. Remember that first polling operation will be done. After getting the data, we are going to perform something called as the select operation. So this is how one control device will be having the control over that. Now what is the drawback or problem or main disadvantage of this one is, suppose for example this main person is dead, right? C is dead, something like this, you think that. Now what will be happen? There is no way to communicate one secondary device with the another secondary device, right? It means that when superpower dies, right, there will be no exchange of the information. There is some limitation of the this one, right? That point you need to remember. So this is how the polling method will be worked out, right? So next we are going to see that final method is nothing but the, right? So this is, so just a second, the final method is nothing but the token passing. So what is the meaning of the token passing means? First we'll try to read the statement so that we'll understand. In the token passing method, the station in a network are organized in the logical ring, something like this, right? So each station will be connected one to another by using something ring manner. 1, 2, 3, 4 stations, something, station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4, everything will be connected one to another with the ring manner, right? So that is the meaning of this one, right? So in other words, for each station there is a something called as the predecessor and there is something called as the successor. Suppose for example, now suppose if I am here, this is what we called as the predecessor, this is what we called as the successor, right? So after that it is the successor, before that current station we called as the predecessor. The predecessor is the station which is logically before the station in the ring. So this is nothing but. The successor is the station which is after the station in the ring, this one. If your current station, this is what we called as the predecessor, this is what we called as the successor, right? So the current station is one that is accessing the channel now, and it means that I have the superpower, something like this. That superpower in this case we called as the token, right? So this token whoever having, that is what we called as the superpower, he can exchange the data from the one system to the another system. If you don't have the token or superpower, you cannot able to access this data. Just remember this point as time being, right? So see that the right to this access has been passed from the predecessors to the current station. The right will be passed to the successor when the current station is no more data. And what is the meaning of this one? Whenever the station want to send the data, it will hold the token, right? So by using the token, it all device will think that the superpower is with the station 1. It means that the station 1 is having the right to send the information from one system to the another system. Now my frame has completed at the station 1. Now what I will do is I will pass this token to the next station. Now who is having the superpower? Station 2 having the superpower. So that superpower will be having the station 2 so that it can able to send the information. That is the meaning of this passage, right? Now but if you read this one, but how this right to access means whoever is having the particular token, that is the meaning of this one. The channel passed from the one station to the another station, right? So how it is going to transfer? So in this method, a special packet called as the token, that's token that circulate through the ring, nothing but here ring, right? So the position of the token gives the station to right to access the channel and send its data. When station has some data to send, it waits until it receives the token. And for example, now currently we have the token where station 1 ankundam. So if station 3 also data has to send, but it cannot able to send, this will be transferred to here, then data will be transferred to here. If this guy have no frame to send, then token will be passed to it. Up to that time we need to wait. Once you receive the token only, you need to send the information, right? That is the meaning. It waits until receive the token from its predecessor. It means that previous, right? It then hold the token and send its data. When the station has no more data to send, it releases the token. And if you don't have the thing, then you are going to release the token. It will be transferred to the next station. It means that passing it to the next logical station in the ring. The station cannot send data until it receives the token again. That point you have to remember. In the next round only, it has to send the data. In this process, when a station receives the token and has no data to send, it just passes the token or data to the next station. That is the meaning of this one. Now question is that the token must be mounted to ensure it has not been lost or destroyed. For example, if station that is holding the token fails, the token will disappear from the network. And what is the meaning of this one is, suppose for example currently the token is something with the station 3. It means that only station 3 is having the right to send the information through the channel. Now suppose somehow this is disconnected, something is happened. Now what will be happen? Do you think that we have only one token, right? That one token will be lost. it cannot able to send this token to the fourth one, right? If the moment if it is lost, something happened to this device or station, the token will be disappear. If the token will be disappear, what will be happen? These three cannot able to send the data at any point of the time period. That one kind of problem will be occur. So if you don't remember, for example, something, I have the lot of meal, right? We have the biryanis, we have some different delicious something items we have, but the problem is that I have the only 5 peoples, right? So 5 peoples are there, they want to eat this, right? So this kind of delicious meal. Now see that just for example, you consider that we have only single plate. Just for example, we have only single plate. It means that even this amount of the meal can able to eat the 20 people, but here only we have the only 5 people, but here we have only single plate. It means that we have something called as the token, right? So whoever get this token, they can happily eat this meal, right? Once this guy is completed, now what will be happen? The plate will be clean, it will be given to the some other guy. Now this guy having this plate so that he can able to eat that meal, right? So once it is completed, now what will be happen? This guy will pass to that plate to the third person. Now what third person will do is, if he is hunger, if he don't want to take the meal, what he will do? He will just transfer this plate to the some other guy, right? Now some other guy will eat that meal. Now here what will be happen? After completion of his meal, what he has to do? He need to clean the plate. He need to clean that plate and he need to pass to next guy, right? Now somehow he did or something happened. He is something like cunny fellow, something you think like this. He is not giving the plate. Something he did, something you observe, something like this. Now what will be happen? He don't have the plate, he can't eat. That is the meaning of the here. When token is circulating in the ring manner, if one of the divine function fail, then it cannot able to pass the ring to the some other devices. That is the meaning of the limitation of the this one, right? Now we have the different types of the methodologies, right? The first one is the physical ring methodology, right? In physical ring topology, when the station send the token to its successor, nothing but this guy. Successor means if you are current station here, this is your successor. The token cannot be seen by the other station. It means that whoever having the token, it won't tell that this guy is having token, something like this. The successor is the next one in line. And if you have the token here, this guy will exchange the information. Once it is completed, the next who is the line to get the token, successor is nothing but the station 2. This means that token does not have the address of the next successor. And meaning in that, so if you have the token here, you cannot send the token to the either 4 or 3. The always thing is that the token has to pass to the station 2 only. Suppose if you have the token at the station 2, once it is completed, it will pass to the station 3. It means that we don't have any separate identification mechanism, like something IP addressing mechanism we don't require here. That is the meaning of this one. The problem with this topology is that if one of the link, the medium between two adjacent station fail, the whole system fail. And the meaning is that, suppose for example here I have the token, right? If this link fail, what will be happen? It cannot exchange the token to the second one, right? As we told that it can give the token only successor, right? It means that the next possibility of getting token is only this guy. Somehow this link is fail, what will be happen? So not only this one goes, this is also waste, this is also waste. It means that without superpower or token, you cannot do anything. This is what we call as the physical ring operation, how operation will be performed. Now one more is the dual ring. The dual ring will address the something called as the, when these links fail, how dual ring operation will be work, right? So first we'll try to read this one, right? The dual ring topology uses secondary, nothing but the auxiliary, and it means that you consider this one is, right? So this red color indicates that it is the primary link, right? It means that token will be exchanged only through the primary link. So for backup purpose or support purpose, we have something called as the auxiliary. This is what we called as the auxiliary. So one more something loop we have, ringing mechanism we have, that is what we called as the auxiliary ring. Now we will see that, right? Auxiliary ring which operates in the reverse direction, and it means that if this guy is working in this forward direction, auxiliary ring will work with the reverse direction. We will see that why it has to work in the reverse direction, right? If one of the link in the main ring fails, the system will automatically combines the two rings to perform the temporary ring. And it means that suppose it has to send the information to what? Token to what second, right? If this link fail, the immediately this auxiliary ring will work, start functioning. so that you can feel that there will be no connection, something like this. And no connection means there will be no dropping of the connection. That is what the use of the auxiliary ring, right? After the failed link is restored, right? If you feel that the link is going down means the entire system is going to collapse, right? For that this backup auxiliary link will be activated, so communication will not be disturbed, right? So once after time being you are going to resolve this issue. After solution is completed, resolving is completed, now again it will be again it will get back to the auxiliary or secondary ring. This will be started functioning again, right? So here is that note, for this topology each station need to have the two transmitter port and the receiver port. And a true transmitter port means, see that it is one receiver, right? This arrow mark, we have the one more receiver, right? Two receivers. So two transmitter means arrow mark going to the some other system. One, this is 1, 2. It means that each station need to have the two transmitter port as well as the two receiver port. Simple thing to understand, guys. Dual ring means we have the backup support. When primary link is failed, the backup will be take the place. One primary links turn up again, right? So resolving completed, then again the secondary link will be disabled. That's a simple thing. This can be solved by what the problem we are facing with the physical ring operation, right? Now what is the next thing is that we have something called as the bus ring operation. In the bus ring topology, it is also called as the token bus. So what is the meaning of this one is, the station are connected to the single cable. And what is the meaning of this one is, we have the single cable, all the station will be connected to the only single cable in bus topology, right? So because each station know the address of its successor, and it means that each station will be identified. If you want to send the token or if you want to pass the superpower, in this earlier case we are going to send only to the next successor, right, without identifying the any address of this particular station. But here we have something different mechanism, right? If we see that the station are connected in a single cable called as a bus. However, to make a logical ring, because each station knows the address of its successor and also predecessor for token management purpose. When the station has finished sending its data, it releases the token and it insert the address of the successor in the token. It means that if it is want to send the data, it can hold that particular token so that it can send the information. Once its operation is completed, it will be having the address of the successor. Suppose if this is your successor, it will attach the token as well as the successor address, so that even though if you have this one also, whenever whichever is matching with this address, only that address matches means then only it will accept the token. Suppose for example, let us try, if this is sending the information or token to this one is, it is additionally adding the address also, right? If this address is not belonging to this station, it has no right to take this token. That is the meaning of this one, right? Only the station with address matching the destination address of the token gets the token. So once it gets the token, it can access the shared media. That is what in case of the bus ring operation. So finally we have seen that something called as the hub operation, right? So many times we have discussed the hub operation, right? So hub means we will be having the something nothing but the intermediate devices where the information will be exchanged to the through the hub. So internally it will be something connected in terms of the ring operation. That point you have to remember. It means that if you want to ring, if you want to send the some data, it will get the it will give you the token so that you can happily send the data through the hub. The moment if you don't have the data, again you are giving the token back to the hub, right? Now hub will be transferred to the token to the next system, right? Once it is complete of finishing its data, it will return the token to this hub. Here everything will be performed through what? Hub operation. Now question is that, see that in practical scenario I have shown you multiple times, when two devices are communicating with each other, in case of the hub intermediate devices, there is a boom occurring, nothing but what we call collision is occurring, right? So this is what we called as the star ring operation. The main functionality of this one is that whoever having the superpower is nothing but the token, they can able to access the channel at that particular point of the time period so that no collision will be occur. Now we have the different topologies, how the token will be passing from the one topology to the another topology stations, what are the drawbacks we have, then what are the things we are doing. That is what we discussed here, right? I hope you understand what is the use of the control access protocol. So what are the three methods we have discussed, and what is the basic operation of all those three methods or protocols. Thank you guys.